The internet allowed me to connect from my island to the world, to communicate ideas with millions of others, and a media-literate generation emerged, able to download the world's culture and transform it into something different. And we called our new language remix. Consumers were now creators, making the folk art of the future. But the people who owned the culture that we remixed, they represented the past, and they declared war. They didn't see a great library or an information superhighway. They saw a supermarket, and they wanted to get paid. What these kids are doing on this dance floor is unraveling that control. The future and the past are dueling it out right here, and whoever wins gets to decide if ideas will be determined by the public domain or private corporations in science, industry, medicine, our entire culture. By 1998, the music industry was raking in over $13 billion a year. And that's when an 18-year-old college dropout invented Napster, a program that transformed the world's computers into a peer-to-peer music sharing network. The record industry realized that in this future, they would lose control. So when Napster offered to pay $1 billion in exchange for a license to allow their users to keep copying, the record industry refused to evolve, parted with history, and started suing.
If this is a crime, then we have a whole generation of criminals.
Hi, I'm one of the kids who was prosecuted for downloading music free off of the internet.
How many of you guys here actually do download music off the internet right now? Tell the truth. Do you guys, like, how many of you guys actually think that when you're downloading your music that you're stealing it? We had built up the greatest library of music in history, but it also meant we didn't need the record labels anymore, because now we were all distributors.
For the longest period of time, the industry had controlled technology, and therefore the people were subservient to that technology. This is like the power goes back to the people.
These are communities. They're being created by the opportunity this technology makes available. And these communities engage in a kind of conversation, each one taking what the other had done and adding to it, mixing it and changing it, and engaging in a creative act. This is writing in the 21st century. It is literacy for a new generation. It is building a different democracy. It is building a different culture, where people participate in the creation and the recreation of the culture around us, a form of culture that has existed from the beginning of human society all the way through the present, except for one century, the 20th century.
My home and native land was singled out as one of the world's worst pirate nations, and they sent their cops after us.
Jackie and I are on a mission to stop piracy. Stop piracy! That's coming in.
The wish list for Canada was simple: lock up culture. Which brings us to point 3. Our future is becoming less free.
O compartilhamento é a própria natureza da criação. Não há criação isolada. Ninguém é um criador sozinho, ninguém cria nada no vácuo. Tudo já vem de alguma coisa que já foi criada antes. É uma cadeia que vai se processando. Com música, com literatura, com cinema que você está fazendo aqui agora.
Listen to this latest remix of our favorite bittersweet song. It was created by the same country that defied United States intellectual property laws by breaking multiple international patents on HIV medication, producing their own copies of the drug for a fraction of the price. Free, universal access for citizens was their mission. The drug industry saw this as an act of war. Brazil saw it as an act of life. This is not a world made up of passive consumers anymore. That era is over. This world is made up of collaborators. We can create and share. We can change laws. We can act. So take this movie, rip it, remix it, and help remake it. Put me in a headlock and pour a beer on my head. This is only the beginning of this movie. Build on the past. That's the future.